take that in?
We'll start on offence.
No worries. Good luck. Good luck, Tony.
Alex Shepherd, one of the captains of Sunder Dice.
Slice.
Sunder Slice. There's
Sunder
two
Slice,
of you, isn't
yeah.
there? So explain, how did you split the teams this year?
We sort of do an old school draft, basically.
Schoolyard pick.
Yeah, all the captains sort of get together on one night and go through the team and go, this is who we want. It's a bit brutal, but fun.
Outstanding. You guys undefeated so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
Obviously looking to head real deep in this. What's the expectation like?
Everyone's really confident, and it's coming across with the team and how we're playing. Everyone's taking their shots, insides and hucks. There's no restrictions on any players to do for anything. It's real free ball for anyone. So it's good.
Excellent. Well, good luck for the game, Alex. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Perfect. And I'm here with Tony from Juggernaut out of Melbourne. You've just come out of a Universe game. How do you feel?
Yeah, we feel great. We had a bit of a flat day yesterday, so it was really good to get a win. Boys just were great, awesome all day, all game, sorry. And just a fantastic performance, so we're looking to build on that in this game.
Awesome. And you won the toss, so you've chosen this end to your advantage. Is that because of the wind?
Yeah, it's a bit up and down, so it's not horrendous, but it is going towards this direction, so we feel that's a slight advantage, so we'll start up there and see where that takes us.
Perfect. Good luck out there. We're excited to see what happens. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Cheers. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to head over to our commentators. We've got a familiar voice, Simon, behind the desk, and a new voice, Kathy McGrath.
What is spirit of the game?
It's knowing the rules and when they apply.
It's avoiding body contact wherever possible.
It's keeping a positive attitude and enjoying the sport.
It's being fair-minded even when the game is on the line.
It's communicating respectfully with your opponent.
And welcome back to the live coverage of the Australian Ultimate Championships on Kayo Sports, your Kayo freebie for this weekend. Simon Talbot here with Kathy McGrath.
Simon, it's great to be here on a breezy Canberra day. Who have we got facing us this evening?
So the two teams are in today's game. We've got Melbourne Juggernaut and Sunder Slice. We'll take a quick look at the Melbourne Juggernaut list with a couple of players to watch. We met the captain there during the flip, number 5, Tony Castriano. Fairly gritty player, will just continually keep running all day. Got legs for days. Also number 10, Sebastian Barr, a very veteran of the Australian Frisbee scene, a long-time Australian rep player, one of the strongest throwers on the field. And also number 13, Harsha Krishnamurthy, a new player to the club. Crossed town from Ellipsis after last season. And we expect to see him make a few big plays. Who should we be looking for on Slice?
I think it's hard to look past the 3 captains of Sunder Slice. They're all known by the name Alex, but number 10, Alex Gann, I think we'll see him in the end zone catching a few goals. Who might be thrown to by number 99, Alex Shepherd, who's well known for being quite good with the disc. We've also got number 31, Alex Latamados, who's going to also show us a bit of handling skills that will be very exciting to watch. It should be a good game. They've just come off a win against Fishwick United, and I think they've got plenty left in the tank, judging by how high their spirits were after that win.
Yeah, both teams in Pool A, the hotly contested pool, 5 teams in this one. Juggernaut earning just their first win only minutes ago. That's why we've got a bit of a delay to the start of this game, scheduled for 11 a.m. But the rules being that if your previous game runs overtime, you get a 10-minute break from when the game ends. So Juggernaut's game against Crank out of Wollongong finished about 9 minutes ago. So they're already warmed up. They're just getting a few throws in just to get their touch in the win, but ready to go for a second consecutive game as we see Slice there huddle up.
I think it'll be well worth the wait.
Kathy, what do you think the captains might be saying to their charges? What are the final instructions that go out in the final huddle?
Look, I think once you get to this point, you've just got to go out there and trust yourself. Trust your teammates, trust what you've worked on for the last 6 months, and know that you can do this. And hopefully that's what they're saying.
Yeah, there's very few tactical discussions by this point. It's all about, I guess, just mindful, like being present in the moment, bit of mindfulness, keeping that mental energy up. It's a draining tournament, having to play up to 3 100-minute games per day.
These guys have trained for a long time, though, and a lot of them have been playing for a number of years, so I think they're pretty used to it by now.
You see Slice putting their hands in for the final cheer.
They're ready to go.
One of the tournament favourites coming in. So far undefeated.
Taking out New South Wales champs as well as Canberra Cup.
As we see Coach Tom Vathis there, bringing in Juggernaut for their final cheer. See number 10, Seb Barr.
And how have Juggernaut placed over the season so far?
It's been a moderately inconsistent season for them. They're usually quite a strong team and it can never really be written off. They're very good at coming back and rising to the occasion when needed. But finished 3rd place at the Victorian Championships behind Ellipsis and Chile, both also out of Melbourne. But earned themselves a 4th place at the recent Canberra Cup, where they did manage to beat one of the Sunder teams. I can't remember if it was this one or not.
Mustn't have been, but that's a good sign coming off a strong Melbourne season to come up here and face these New South Wales teams.
Of course, Sunder being a very unique club in that they have 2 teams of this championships, both of equal strength.
A very impressive feat for one club to send 2 teams to Division 1 Nationals.
Of course, Sydney having a very, very strong men's scene and ultimate. Melbourne as well. They're probably the 2 top cities in terms of quality.
Sydney really able to draw on that UC development.
Of course, a lot of players coming out of university clubs around the country.
Ultimate, a great thing to play at university. You meet a lot of good people.
Game advisors doing their final checks. See the Juggernaut list there. Thomas Della and Lachlan Wise, 2 other players to look for. Very experienced, very tall fellas. Will definitely be looking to make plenty of big plays.
You really need some tall boys on a frisbee team.
Of course, you can hear the sideline support for Juggernaut from their club mates, Melbourne Phoenix, playing in the women's division this weekend. It's one of the hallmarks of the heads of state teams is they're known for being very loud and vocal on the sidelines, and I'm sure we'll hear plenty of that today. So we'll take a look at the Sunder Slice team. Number 22, Jimmy Todd Hill, multi-time Australian representative. Another one to look for.
Number 6 from Slice, also Mitchell Brenner, is here from America. Came over for last year's season, but decided not to go back, which I think, given the COVID situation, was probably a good decision.
So Tom Della there, who will take the first pull for Juggernaut, starting on defence.
Wearing a great hat.
Getting close to underway with the 7 players being on the line.
Do we think these 2 teams are going to be good in the wind?
I don't think it's going to trouble them too much. It'll make them rethink things tactically, but skill-wise, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue for them. And here we go. Game clock underway. Della sends the first pull up. Latamatos will get them started. About 50 from goal.
Oh, that wind already playing.
An early turn for Juggernaut. Lachlan Wise picks it up quickly. Sends the big hammer looking for a pack of players under there. Lim gets it straight to Gorman. And there's the first break.
Too easy for Juggernaut.
As quick as you like for Juggernaut. The turn after a first couple of passes and a goal just as quickly, and it's 1-0 inside 1 minute. What a start, Kathy.
There we go. We didn't think that wind would make too much of an impact, but that little gust here on the sideline, just taking the disc out of Slice's hands.
Yeah, of course. Teams will always spend games in windy conditions. They'll commit 10 to 15 minutes of just throwing those back and forth throws just to get their bearings, find the adjustment. But
At the end of the day, you can't control the wind.
Yeah, it's very different once you're in a game, though. So that's the start that Juggernaut wanted.
A very fast first point.
Daniel Clinton on the sideline. What have you got?
Hi, Simon. I was just standing in front of the grandstand over there. You know, when you're playing against the heads of the state team, there's normally a ringing crowd of, 30 or 40 extra players that turn up. And when that first pull went up, the girls were so loud.
So we see that replay there. Mark McClay just got absolutely bamboozled by that gust of wind there. Nothing he did wrong, just
unfortunate.
Yeah, wrong moment. And a huge hammer shot from Lachlan Wise. He just saw three players, three of his white jersey teammates in the middle. And Adam Bullman there, very excited to score the first goal of the game. See the slice O-line ready to go again. Deep pull going up. Paul Denya, veteran of the scene, fields the pull. To Alex Ladamatos. And they'll go for take two. He's got a couple of players going long, but chooses an option coming towards the disc. Sean O'Mahony to Jimmy Todd Hill, but pick's been called. Andrew Moroney there saying, yep, that definitely affected what was about to happen, so we'll send it back. Resetting to the last completed pass with the disc with Sean O'Mahony. Throw goes up anyway to Todd Hill. Ladamatos, we'll see plenty of him getting those short resets. Again. Sorry, Mark Weig. Pops it up high, Ladamatos continues to the high side. Todd Hill. Very patient offense from both teams so far, Weig. Throws a signal to his team. A few cutting at him, but he heads the break side to Denya. Continues to Todd Hill. We're about 10 metres from goal now. Not looking to rush themselves.
Really showing their experience and what they've worked on to this point in the season.
Todd Hill. Throws pushing upfield now, McClay.
Choosing the safe options.
Yeah, looking for just that clear shot. And see Ladamatos setting himself at the front of that formation. Wise going big, trying to deny him. Denya, Todd Hill. Pushing this near sideline now. Right on the doorstep now. Nice tight little throw from Denya goes up to the advantage of Jimmy Todd Hill for Sunder Slice's first goal.
Some beautiful clinical offense there by Sunder Slice, really showing their patience and experience with the disc.
Took them a while to get there, but that's what we see from these top teams. They're not too bothered by the number of passes they'll have to make to get there. Of course, Paul Denya, Jimmy Todd Hill and Alex Ladamatos, all senior Australian representatives in the past. Probably couldn't have three better players controlling your offensive tempo so close to the end zone.
Definitely not. And they made that look so easy. A much better point to come off on other than their last point in the wind.
Also be marked by veteran players from Juggernaut. David Lockhart and Andrew Moroney have been with the club for just about 15, 16 years themselves. So plenty of old heads in this game.
No shortage of experience out there on the field today.
So get the first look at the Juggernaut offensive line and the Sunder defensive line.
They're looking ready, Juggernaut.
So we see the Juggernaut supporters on the sideline there, Melbourne Phoenix. Wilson traps the pull to Barr. Pumps a big backhand up. He's got Dylan Taylor 2-on-1, but he's got plenty of support coming in, plenty of numbers underneath this disc. It's Chris Kaliviotis.
Oh, that was messy. That wind just making it float a little bit, making it really difficult to read.
It's gone straight through the hands of Kaliviotis at the back there. There was some collisions, some fouls were called, but Kaliviotis just said, "No, boys, I've clean dropped that," so you can withdraw that call. So the call's retracted, and it'll be Sunder's disc. just in front of that top corner there. And we've been talking about it all weekend, Kathy. The wind going from bottom left to top right.
Really influencing what happened there.
Which means that any throw coming out of that corner is into the wind, but Slice easily moving out to this near side. Bennett.
Really using their athleticism here.
Forward to Lely. Lely pumps a big forehand shot up, looking for Alex Shepherd, and it's dropped right into his lap. He's had 2 goes at it.
If you're going to bobble the disc, you better catch it.
He's made sure they were... you can hear the sideline taking a big, deep breath, ready to start celebrating, and they saw that bobble and...
Anything could have happened, but luckily he reeled that one in. Taking it 2-1 to Slice.
So see the shot here again from Lely. He's faked the backhand to get his defender to come across, and it just gave him that clear look upfield, and he's put it straight down the middle of the field to Shepherd, who's... It's a rare error from a receiver of his capability. Daniel Clanton, what have you seen?
Defensive points in Ultimate are very, very important. You see that was the first break of the game there for Sunder. They've got their nose in front.
Cool, so that's a defensive break each. We'll see Sunder with their defensive line again. Alex Gamm, one of the captains, giving his final instructions. We've got a very big squad, so it allows them to have almost 2 defensive lines, just to keep the legs fresh and everyone firing at 100% the whole time. Big, deep pull that's going to pin them right in their own goal line. Barr fields it. Wilson. Inside shot, Castrignano. Wide to Taylor, but it's drifted high. And it's that same thing we saw as Slice's first point, that exact same spot, but it's just floated up too much. So Gamm will bring it back in bounds, about 25 from goal. Goes wide to Lely, but cops the bump on the throw. Quick foul, quick uncontested from Dylan Taylor. It'll be back with Gamm, starting from stall count 0.
Good communication there from both teams.
Good inside shot. He's found Hodgson. Hodgson keeps going out wide to Donahue. Well, he keeps going. There's been a call made. I think it was a pick in the stack there.
Might have been a couple of throws ago.
Yeah, so it'll be back with Anthony Donahue.
We'll see if we can see that same patience from Sunder here, so close on their end zone line.
Yeah. Chu getting low to get that. Looking at the reset. Well, he can't find space, so he's had to go wide looking for Gamm. Gamm will run that down.
Great defense from Juggernaut.
Lely. Inside to Gamm. And Gamm puts a big wide throw out to Donahue, who's brought it down comfortably.
Too easy. What a goal.
We see a lot of teams when they try and work it against the defensive force, they'll try and go around, be comfortable to lose ground. But what Sunder Slice are doing there, looking to hit the front of that stack formation instead, because typically you can sometimes catch defenders off guard. Like we just see Taylor being caught off guard there by Gamm, and then
a very powerful position, but your thrower's got to be a good thrower for it to come off.
Yeah, it's, if you know what to look for as a cutter, you can make light thrower easier for your thrower.
Given we've seen that a bit, do we think Juggernaut will change their defense to adjust?
You think they should? They will just be, I think, a bit more wary of the downfield defense, just that those throws might come out. They also might adjust the mark as well. The mark might come around and they might try and encourage them to throw those backwards resets.
Which in the wind could be a little bit more tricky.
I've already seen 1 or 2 of them go astray.
Bucket hat back on the line.
Alex Shepherd. Hand up to pull as the third whistle goes, indicating it has to go now. Barr, Liu, back to Barr. Moving quickly just to gain those gain those meterage before the defence gets there to set. Leo, he's got a couple of deep cutters, but Wilson, DeBar. Slice really locking down and switching assignments. Caliviotis pumps it along. Castriano all on his own and slides it in. The Juggernaut's second goal.
That was pretty.
So what we're seeing defensively from Slice, Kathy, is they start in a match defence where they're locked in one-on-one, but very comfortably switching assignments. So
a very efficient use of their legs on the field.
Yeah, so the deep defenders will stay deep and they'll swap assignments as they go. But it's hard to keep that up continually with so much running, and it's easy for someone to slip out the back like we saw Castrignano do just there. Catch a comfortable goal. Daniel Clanton.
Yeah, I just had a quick chat with Jimmy Todd Hill, one of the experienced players from Sunder. He mentioned that the conditions, even for the best out here today, they are a challenge. He said Alex Latamatos, one of the best throwers in the game. He's still struggling to connect with passes. It's anyone's in this this kind of wind.
It's you can hear the wind howling through the microphones there. It's consistent. It's stiff breeze. It's not impossible. It just, you need to just think about it a little bit. Of course, the advantage end zone with the wind is the right side, so Lachlan Wise pulling into the wind. But plenty of power on it, and that's going to pin Sunder right back on that sideline if it can stay in bounds.
Oh, and it does.
And fielded by Dania Latamatos. He's got McClay streaking deep.
Oh, can he get there?
There's a bit on that. It's set up.
Oh, it's nice.
And it's gone straight into his lap. He had a better read on the win that time, didn't he, Kathy?
He did. 2-pass goal. Beautiful.
Fantastic shot there from Latamatos. It set up right at the last second, didn't it? It looked for a moment it was going to be too long for him.
Just gave him the right amount of time to run onto it with the Juggernaut defender not even in the area.
And he's pumped that throw about 65, almost 70 metres.
And he made it look like it was nothing.
Yeah, so effortless. McClay, one of the, well, we say younger and up-and-coming players on Sunder. He's been with the club for a few years now. Starting to become a regular target for throwers.
See in a few years if he's a household name.
So 4-2 the score now. The goal's coming quickly. You don't want to ever let a team get out to too much of a lead early on and leave yourself with a bit of work to try and peg it back.
Crowd are looking rugged up here on this cool Canberra day.
Shepherd sends the pull up. Puts back in their own end zone. Castrignano lets it hit the ground.
Oh, he's got to chase it.
Oh. It stayed in bounds. So he said it rolled down the back.
Gets to bring it up to the goal line, but they might. Looks like they might have going to be discussed that for a second.
But no one was in a better position to see it than Castrignano. Wide throw to an unmarked Liu. He's got some free Taylor on the side there. He's popped that up high. Castrignano charges through. Gets a clean hand to it, but he's called the foul. I think he might have been clipped on the way down by Matthew Weiser there.
It did look like he had it in his hand.
Yeah. So you see a look on the replay. Let's see what we can see. Bit of a messy throw. He's hard to see from that angle.
Whether he had control.
So Holly Halford Smith in there to facilitate the conversation. Again, you can hear the howl of the wind. But Weiser agrees that his contact affected the outcome of the throw. So it'll stay with Castriano. Caliviotis will slip straight through his fingers. Twice it's happened to him now, so Slice get another look at offense. Gann, Bennett. Bennett's pumped it long and low, but can't get it off the ground enough to stay alive. So Juggernaut fortunately get another look at offense.
That disc floating out of the field, giving them a bit of time to recollect their thoughts before they take this offense.
Seb Barr to bring it in. 64 from goal. In the middle, Calibio secures at that time Harsha. Puts a big throw up, looking for Barr. He's running deep. He's got a few players with him, but this not sitting up tidy for him. And Gann quickly restarts, but doesn't have an easy shot.
Oh, pretty.
That's wide to Weiser. Gann. Not much coming towards him. He's got Bennett there as a reset. Shepherd. Puts it up the line to Nguyen.
Cramped on that sideline in this wind. Not a good place to be.
Yep. Shepherd now. Oh, wild throw out of the reach of Bennett, and that's rolled all the way to Juggernaut's end zone, so they will get to restart play right on the line. They're going to take their time walking to this one. He'll pick it up. You'd expect Seb Barr to pick it up. The experienced handler. Multi-time Australian representative at the World Championships and the World Games. So he'll walk it back as soon as he puts his foot on that goal line, sets his pivot point. The disc is live.
They might be looking for an isolation here from the stack.
Yeah. Nice easy inside shot to Dylan Taylor.
I wasn't sure who caught that.
Straight into the lap. So, not pretty, but it's effective.
Did the job. Taking the score to 3-4. Quite a competitive matchup here, Simon.
Very competitive. We always knew it was going to be tight between these two games. And even though Juggernaut have a 1-2 record going into this game versus Slice's 3-0, it's always a traditionally strong matchup between teams from these two clubs. Daniel. We got you there, Daniel? Yes, we do.
Just had a quick chat with Sutton, one of the handlers from Sunder. I asked him about the conditions. He said it's worse than yesterday. It's more consistent, and then when the gusts come, they're stronger. I had a good look at a few of those turns there. Not really throwing or receiving areas, just the conditions taking the disc out of reach.
Yeah. Of course, the 175 grams of plastic being very malleable in terms of aerodynamics.
We haven't seen any zone defense from either team yet, something we do see a bit of in the wind, so it'll be interesting to see if that comes out later in the game.
You'd expect it would. Teams generally like to play just a match defense early, just to feel each other out, just to be able to pick out, okay, who are the key people to watch here? Sutton. Latamatos. He's got McLeod going deep again, but this time he's well covered. Todd Hill. Not much coming towards him, so looks to reset. Goes low to Latamatos, who has to leave his feet. Keeps it secure. Well covered their short options. Brenner. Looking for McClay. McClay gets the backwards reset, and Brenner gets through, but Tom Della has dived and swatted that out, but Brenner's called the foul, saying that he had it. So see if we can get a closer look at this one. It was just a short throw. It wasn't a lot of reaction time there, but ooh.
Hard to say from here.
I think Della's uncontested it. Thinks if he had it, he had it.
It was a very active mark from Della.
Brenner to Sean O'Mahony. Sutton. Happy to just move laterally at the moment. Slice. O'Mahony putting in some yards, both sides of the field at this point. Just incrementally gaining a couple of metres with each lateral pass, Kathy.
Yeah, some really tight defence here from Juggernaut, making it a little bit harder for Sunder.
But there we go. And that time they've attacked in that corner.
Nothing they couldn't handle, though. Beautiful.
Mitchell Brenner there to Mitchell Sutton for the goal. And typically, you see teams not really... We've already seen this weekend from other games for those who have been watching is the try not once they get that close to the end zone, they'll try and move laterally instead of punching it into that corner. But Slice not afraid to really use that slim corridor and just get the throw in a tight angle.
Just seemed to be trusting that flick there to come back round, and it did beautifully.
The score now 5-3. Slice will be content just to keep punching in the O goals. It's on the onus is on Juggernaut at the moment to get the disc off them.
They certainly look like they've got a bit of fight left in them. Don't think Slice have won this yet.
Still a long way to go. We only just ticked over 22 minutes. So you hear the second whistle go, meaning the offense has to be ready.
It's a high pull.
Trap by Liu into Castriano to Bar.
Juggernaut with 4 people back.
Yep. Opening up space to Coz in the middle, Harsha. Castriano. They're really trying to have great lateral pass to Bar. They're really trying to make Slice have to move with these, switch these connections. Bar's got Wilson long. He's absolutely sent it long, and Wilson has run it down.
Beautiful, and he's happy with that.
Fantastic low and flat backhand by Bar there. I think you don't want to try and put it too high in these conditions. Keep it low and flat.
And just trust your receiver's got the legs, and he does.
And results in goal. Chantel Jones on the sideline.
I've just had a quick look at that defensive structure from Sunder. It was actually a little bit poachy in the middle. I know we were speaking about a zone before. So they're trying to, the head of state, Juggernaut, have shot from the back to break that up, which has meant a long shot has gone off as a goal. So it's worked in their advantage.
Yeah, so really starting off their offensive movement by streaking deep towards the end zone and coming back towards the disc. It means you're putting in a lot of distance. But that's what you've trained for, those repeat sprint efforts. And of course, by poachy, we mean this. By Kathy, we mean they're sagging off. They're not quite staking tight on their matchups there.
Can be very useful to grab a flying disc that's not necessarily your player, but can also be a bit dangerous if not used correctly.
Risk versus reward. It can go very well, it can go very bad for you. Here we go. Here's his own look from Juggernaut. Crowding some players around the disc. Dania. Latimaras. Pumps the big hammer up to an unguarded Omani. Into Wee, who's 10 metres out, centre of the field. Dania. Latimaras. He's got a few options there, and he goes in short. And he finds Omani there. They've made very light work of that.
Light work indeed. Just skipping it up the field, making it look like a nice Sunday afternoon walk.
Daniel Clinton.
On the zone defense, we don't see much of it in men's, and well, that's the reason why. The guys tend to find it fairly easy to still lob the disc a long way down the field, and it's hard to cover all the spaces out there.
It is obviously crowding more players around the disc, means you've got free players downfield. And when you've got throw the ability of Alex Latimaros, no one's really out of range.
We might not see much more zone from Juggernaut then.
So we see Alex Shepherd and Alex Gann, two of the captains on the defensive line, having a chat about what they should do. The Juggernaut offensive line ready to receive.
A nice synchronised clap there.
Of course, they've signal readiness. Defense have 15 more seconds to put their hand up and send the pull. Which they'll do well in time. Pull's low and flat, so not a lot of time for the defense to get down, but
a good roll.
Castriano's let that roll. He's back to it's going to go out of bounds, and it has. So it means he can bring it up to the front corner. It's only if the disc lands out of bounds that they get that 20-metre advantage. On the full, I meant.
Is it difficult spot to throw from?
This is trouble. He's put it high. Liu's out there, but Shepherd's going to run that down. But Taylor gets the scraps. But lucky there. Harsher, quick flip to Bar. Across to Castriano. Just ahead of Alex Shepherd.
Got a touch on it.
Who was hunting. Wilson.
A travel call.
Yep. Shuffles back to where he was. Bar. Liu. Always finding space on the high side of the field. Puts the low forehand up into the lap of Castriano.
Yeah, we really saw the Juggernaut players out there looking pretty free. Slice didn't quite seem to have that tight defense on this point.
A few wild throws going up there from the Juggernaut, but you spend enough time together, you get to know your thrower's ability, your receiver's ability.
All a bit of trust.
And of course, Sunder Slice playing that, high risk, high reward defense. It means that you've got to send risky throws like that in order to find the gaps and get around it and get that advantage. Like Shepherd there, frustrated with himself, how close he got to that one. So 5-6 the score now, but Slice still having the offensive advantage.
Makes for an exciting game, Simon.
Yeah. Of course, Slice almost certainties to finish top of this pool.
If Juggernaut were able to take this game out, it could mix things up.
Juggernaut wanting to avoid the extra repechage games this afternoon before tomorrow's quarterfinals. Matos. Run that zone look again, but it looks a bit different. They're pushing them towards that high side now instead of the low. Denya.
Finding space through the cup.
Puts a bullet through to Todd Hill. They're through now. They've got the numbers advantage. Sutton, Todd Hill gains some extra yards.
Not giving them time.
Mark on his own out wide. Very soft throw to him, but it was enough.
Slice just moving that disc, not giving Juggernaut time to reset that zone, making it look so easy.
Once you've broken through that zone and you've got the numbers advantage, you want to keep moving it quickly but without rushing yourself. Daniel.
Yeah, I just had a quick chat with Alex Shepherd, captain of Sunder, asking him about that defense. He said, yeah, no, it's not a straight match defense. They're not in single coverage. It's more of a flash and poach where different players are looking to play on the space rather than the player.
Yeah. So see that throw again to Wee. It didn't have to be the best of throws, just enough to get there. Never let perfect be the enemy of good.
Really using their wings on that zone offense.
Yeah.
Can be a bit of a painful position sitting out there on the wing, but if it comes to you, you're just in the right spot.
You need to be alert at all times, just in case those sudden ones come through. So we approach the half-hour mark. Of course, games, the score target for both teams is 15 goals. It's only if we reach that 100 minutes first that that target is reduced. So I think we'll, at the rate we're scoring here, I think we'll definitely see one team get to 15.
If Slice can come down and get a break here, they'll be rewarded with half-time.
Yes, of course, the half break happening when the first team gets to 8 goals. Harsher. Bar. Puts a big long shot up looking for Castrignano. I think it's a bit too far for him. He's going to have to lay it. He's got there. Castrignano with the huge layout to reel that one in.
Too far, no way.
And the crowds enjoyed that one. He's keeping it subdued, but I know that inside he's celebrating. There we go. We finally see a grimace smile from him.
A little bit of a smile. You got to be happy with that.
So saw that crossfield shot to Bar that really opened up the field for him. Gave him that option. And
a beautiful throw, nicely sat.
And just
a drop and roll.
Yeah, the perfect point just in bounds. And the timeout's been called.
Juggernaut looking pretty happy out there. Slice looking like they need to have a bit more of a deeper chat. What do you think they're talking about, Simon?
I think it's Slice at the moment. They might have just called this timeout just to have a breather. The last thing they want, Juggernaut is very much a momentum team and an energy team. When they're up and about, I've heard many teams comment before that they get very loud and annoying when they're on a run. So sometimes you might call a timeout just to put a bit of ice on that energy. But it's also a good time. Half an hour into the game is a good time just to have a quick break, a mental reset.
Probably hearing a few words from their captains, all the Alexes in there.
Of course, the coach Tom Bathurst and assistant coach Dan Cullen having a chat to Juggernaut. They seem pretty free and easy. I think the fact that they haven't called this time out means they haven't really got much to say.
A good time for some of their players to readjust their man buns they're sporting.
Of course, the leadership to come over and make their point.
And they'll go in for a cheer. Rally the troops.
Getting a defensive break now to make it a 7-all game with the next goal after that to take half time. It's a crucial time to get that break and stay in touch because, of course, Juggernaut will come out of the half break on offense.
A good spot to be.
So going into half with an 8-7 lead when you're coming out on offense means you can very quickly make it 9-7. But they need 2 goals in a row to make it happen. Chantel. We'll come back to Chantel shortly. We'll try again. Chantel.
Just had a quick chat to Sunder. Their timeout was called so that they can make sure that they are sticking to their game plan. They've had a couple of close calls where they've delved from the game plan and it's not worked. They're also going to try and stop those risky backhand longs as we've seen Juggernaut score off. So looking forward to it.
Thank you, Chantel Jones. See Lachlan Wise on the far right there.
He's pulled a few nice ones this game. We'll see if this is another.
Mitch Sutton. He's... Oh, no!
Oh, you hate to see it.
That is one of the biggest brain phase I've ever seen. Of course, if you've touched the pool before it goes down, that's an instant turnover. And Sutton, for reasons known to no one except himself, just knocked it to the ground. And Lachlan Wise has gone to Harsha. That is a huge turnaround.
Gee whiz.
Oh, my Lord, Kathy.
Sunder will be... Oh, they're not looking too happy, but Juggernaut just taking that for all it's worth.
That is unbelievable. And, of course, the Sunder slice, they're not upset at Mitch Sutton. Everyone's had brain face like that before, but they're, of course, getting around him. He'll be very dirty on himself for that. That's unbelievable.
Hopefully he doesn't beat himself up too much about it.
Of course, yeah. I think he just had it in his mind that he's got to stop this pull and then... Yeah, he's just...
Thought it nearly bounced, but it hadn't, and he just smacked it into the ground.
Of course, catching the pull is difficult because you've got a lot of time to think about as it's coming in. If it's bobbing up and down like that, the trick to it is just to have that single thought of catching the pull, but sometimes that thought can become, I've just got to trap it and stop it from rolling. And I think he's just been caught in 2 minds there, and Harsha Krishnamurthy getting his foot just in bounds, just in the goal line to secure that goal. And now,
as we face Galaxy Point.
Galaxy Point, I mean the next point takes half, and that pull's going to drift out of bounds.
Ooh.
Only just. Daniel very confident in his read of that one.
Slice able to bring it up to the brick mark here and get a little bit of advantage.
I think every other player on the field thought that's going in, but Daniel standing right underneath it. Thought, nope, that is clearly out. I'm just going to leave it. Neil's right by about 2 and a bit inches, I reckon. So Ladamatos to start with the 20-metre advantage, 44 from goal. Shepherd.
Slice using a huge amount of the downfield space here.
Gann. Doesn't like the upfield reset. He's got a couple of options now. Todd Hill. Right on the sideline, about 25 from goal.
Juggernaut are not going to let them walk this one in.
No easy resets for him. Has to drop backwards to Gann. Gann wants lateral, but no one's available for him. Finally sees Shepherd. Shepherd can't get free.
Oh.
Puts it out wide. Finds Todd Hill.
Nice fill there.
Todd Hill comfortably finding some space, but I think Wise might be playing a little bit off him. Shepherd. 10 metres from goal now. Right on the sideline. Hits the corner. Krishnamurthy's gone. Intercept by Wise. What a play. Wise pumps it long. He's got Tom Della versus Alex Shepherd. Della's got to run it down. He's got the catch. He's still 5 minutes from goal. This is a huge moment in the game. Pops it up to Christian Morthy. Right on the line. Looks a little short to Tony Castagnano.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's the momentum you were talking about, Simon.
And what are 2 goals from the Juggernaut team to take the half break and hit the lead, 8-7.
And don't they look pleased?
What a play at that end zone line from Harsha Christian Morthy to put that pressure on that throw and be at the other end of the field in just seconds.
Just running out of their minds. Goodness. Fueled by a lot of adrenaline, I'd say. Coming off that quick turn score to just soot it down there.
We're going to throw it down to Daniel Clinton, who's got Chris Kaliviotis from Juggernaut.
Spurred that.
Look, I think everyone's been working really hard defensively. We've been focusing on trying to get them to the sideline as much as possible, take away those rounds when we get there, because they haven't been shooting as much on the inside as they have been dumping that around. So
definitely,
if we can clog that up, then we're more likely to get those turns.
Definitely, and Sunder Slice hasn't lost this season.
Oh, really?
What do you need to do to beat them?
I mean, we just got to keep that pressure up. If we can stay clinical on offense and make sure that we're, putting that hard pressure on, forcing as many turns as possible, then yeah, we're going to be looking pretty good. If we can keep doing what we've done in the first half, we'll be all right.
Great, thank you for your time. Good luck for the rest of the match.
You're looking really good, by the way.
Back to you, Simon.
Thanks, Daniel. Good to hear some words there from Chris Kaliviotis, one of the veterans. We've got Chantel Jones there with Alex Shepherd.
Yes, Alex, how are you feeling after that first half?
Surprisingly not too bad. We got a couple of breaks to show us that we can do it. They're just a good quality team and just shows how we can't let them keep having the disc with good field position.
I'd definitely say you're a good quality team as well. There's a lot of athleticism out there. What are you going to bring into us in this second half?
A little bit more composure. O-line's still got a few things to work on. The D-line has a few more things to show against their O-line. Hopefully that will shut them down a bit. Perfect.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'm not sure if you can hear it over there in the commentating booth, but the atmosphere on this sideline is incredible. The Juggernaut pair team, the women's team, are sitting in that booth up there and they are sending it. It's a cracking game through and through. We look forward to seeing you after the break.
Thanks, Chantel. We're going to have a quick break. We'll be back with the second half soon. And welcome back. Second half action from the Dixon District playing fields in Canberra, the Australian Ultimate Championships of 2021. Simon Talbot here with Kathy McGrath.
And what a first half we just had, Simon. Really exciting stuff. What do you think we'll see coming into this?
I think the energy coming out of halftime, this first goal is going to be crucial. Juggernaut starting on offense.
A good place to be out of half. Oh, that wind bobbling that disc.
Yeah. Big inside shot. Shepherd with the huge run-through block. Had that lined up from about 12 metres back and just launched.
And he's not done yet.
Tran. About 10 minutes from goal. Looking for the rear side, goes inside and few players go up off a couple of hands. Liu got a fingertip on it. Chu had to dive, couldn't get to it. Bar. Juggernaut with a second look on offense. Caliviotis in the middle to Wilson. With Gann right on his hip. Flip out to Harsha. Caliviotis on the wing. Resets to Harsha. More settled now. Harsha's put the big, long, upwind flick. Look to Taylor. Taylor's gone high. That's 9-7 to Juggernaut. 3 goals in a row.
Deary me, they are on a roll, and you can hear it on the sideline.
Captain Alex Shepherd there, hands on hips, doesn't know what else he needs to do. He can get the blocks, but he can't do everything. Daniel.
This is a major, major issue for Sunder. Heads of State Juggernaut, known as a momentum and energy-based team, and it's boiling over out there. They need to call another timeout, I think.
Don't think they would need one straight after half, but you're right. They probably wouldn't want to let the energy build too much more than this.
Slice look like they need to get their heads up and into the game.
Of course, Melbourne Phoenix adding plenty of noise to the sideline. I think there's a few Division 2 players over here. The Geelong Mudlarks, number of players have an association with Heads of State, being former players, so that they're over here getting excited as well. And they're doing very well in Division 2 at the moment.
Ah, great to see them over here having
I think they're still
support.
undefeated. Lachlan Wise. This pull is going to go deep. Not often you get to pull downwind.
Might even go out the back of the end zone if he's not careful.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. He's put that high and wide, and he's landed that right in that far corner.
It's not his first rodeo.
Williams nearly got there for the insta block.
He's hungry.
Ladamatos. A few players coming at him, has to reset, looks inside. But Mitchell Brenner, great little jab step there to find space.
Really nice cut from the American.
Brenner with a short cut. He's pushed a little bit out of bounds, but gets his way back in. Wide to Denya. Catches it at his knees. Keeps coming lateral to Ladamatos. Cuts have slowed down a bit. The lactic acid starting to build up. Omani. Nice little deft touch to Ladamatos. Right on the line, about 25 from goal. Wants to go to Marty, has to go and look inboard for the field, but he finds a Clay down the sideline. Just jogging to position. Slice, not in any great hurry. Denya having to leave his feet. 5 metres from goal.
Slice look like they've got no interest in losing possession of this disc.
Ladamatos swinging out wide, finally getting off that sideline. Todd Hill, centre field now, 8 metres from goal. Keeps going to Wee. Wee's got a backhand shot. Bullman denies it. Todd Hill. And a miscommunication there from who's got who. Wee gets it very close to the ground. He's gone short. Denya trying to land the bounce too, but they're saying his first contact was out of the end zone. Steve Baker there, game advisor, got a very good look at it, but only if they ask for his opinion can he offer it. On our replay here, it looks pretty clear what happened there. But they're asking some other players for their perspective. Of course, the players don't have the advantage of replay, Kathy.
No, they don't. But they do have the advantage, all these players, of very good rules knowledge.
Oh, Mark, we just got that throw up. That could not have been closer.
Yeah, force out power. Yeah. I felt like I got most of the disc, and everyone else is saying that you were already on the line, but I couldn't see that part.
Before that contact happened, it seemed that way. It seemed like you were carrying this way. Whether it was really close, so yeah, it's hard to be definitive on that one.
Okay, we'll see what the outcome of the throw is. We'll talk a bit about that call, Kathy, just afterwards. Let the viewers know just what went on there. So Daniel restarts with the pivot foot right on the goal line. Jake Williams on the mark. He's got Mark Wee one out. Plenty of defensive coverage there. Has to reset to Latamatos. Where he finds himself out of the end zone now. Continues across to Denya. Everyone in very close quarters there. Lots of traffic. Denya spinning around looking for any option. Any option. Finds way quickly to Latamatos. 10 metres from goal now. Denya right on the doorstep. No one coming towards him. Fires it across to Mark Wee.
He was just standing in the right spot at the right time.
Very, very hectic offense and defense there from both teams. So back to what was happening in that discussion there, Kathy. So Denya had actually called a force out foul. So he believed he would have landed in if he didn't have that contact from Jake Williams.
And we heard game advisor Steve stepping in there.
Yeah, and so what the outcome was in the end there is that his foot would have already been down, and so his first touch after the catch was outside the end zone. So regardless of that contact, which remains a foul anyway,
it wouldn't have been a goal.
Yeah, it wasn't a goal, so he had to restart play from where he was. So well discussed there from everyone. And such a energetic and hotly contested game. It's fantastic to see discussion still being very reasonable and calm. Chantel, what have you been saying?
That is a very influential point from Sunder. I think it's awesome to communicate how clean their their handler structures were. They have an up-the-line dump cut and then a fill cut. And that is why they were so successful at gaining all that space up the field.
Wilson quickly restarts play. Seth Barr having to elevate for that one. Lines Castrignano. Shoots inboard to Taylor. Dishes off to Wilson. Defense locked on now.
Slice will be hungry for a D here. They need a break.
Liu with that lateral space as he always finds. He tries the forehand and overcooks it. Gam, Lely, unguarded at the moment. Inboard to Shepherd. Shepherd to Bennett. Bennett looks back to his captain, but heads back even further to Emma Hodgson. And that's a few players have said that was down. They'd look down from here. Kathy, what did you see?
It's hard to tell. The grass just...
Yeah, but
gee.
Gann agrees. He's listened to... Obviously, he just had to go for it. Yeah, that's definitely
a great
bounced into his hand.
demonstration of spirit there.
Yeah,
but they get it back.
Yeah, he asked other players with their perspective. Everyone's agreed it was down, so he accepted that. And the next throw's gone away. And Alex Gann taking his time to walk to the disc, and you're calling for the pre-stall, but he's got 10 seconds to get to it. M. Hodgson and a free shot. Bennett.
Oh, nice Bennett.
Gets high. He's got to look up the line, but he looks back inboard now. Short to Shepherd. Right on the sideline. He's fired it in, and that's the win. Sorry. Edison Wong. His first goal.
Yeah. Haven't seen a huge amount of him from this game, but looks like he's in the right spot at the right time. Probably doing his job out there.
Out there providing plenty of run. Of course, Sunder with 2 teams at Nationals, they've got the ability to pick a lot of younger players, give them that experience at that elite level, and as a result, the rise from rookie to veteran is very, very quick at that club.
Shepherd just putting out a beautiful flick there, giving him a great amount of time to run onto it.
Straight down the line too, couldn't have been better.
He'll be happy with that after feeling a little bit frustrated for a few points there, I think.
So Slice have brought it back to 9-all. Juggernaut still with the offensive and the downwind advantage.
What an exciting game, Simon.
Yeah. So we've ticked over 51 minutes.
Do you think we'll make time, Cap?
I don't think we'll make time, Cap. It's been a very quick, it's been a very fast game to get.
Not many long points.
18 goals and the half break. and 2 timeouts in. It's moving at a very rapid pace. And Hodgson sends a pull up with a lot of hang time, but that's going to drift out of bounds.
Ooh. Juggernaut getting the advantage of a brick.
Yep.
Signalling that brick with their hand in the air as they go and find the disc.
Disappeared into the crowd, but Pass managed to locate it. They've isolated Tom Della in the middle here. You can see just on the right of screen in the bucket hat. The rest of the cutters have moved out to the side.
Have a lot of space open on this field.
Yeah.
A great chance for Slice to get in and get a D though, so we'll see if they're able to pull that out.
Wilson. Great inside shot to Barr.
Grab.
Goes around to Taylor, left unguarded. He's got a couple wide. He's a bit hesitant about the long flick though. Barr right on the sideline now. Fires the inside shot, finds Caleb Liu. Harsher. We've seen a couple of incredible goal throws from him so far. Puts a great go fetch dump out. Seb Barr didn't quite get to it. And that was a huge layout bid from Dennis Tran. Barr a bit complacent there about that one.
Not in Tran's house. Oh.
So it's just been overcooked a little bit. Alex Gans had to think about it, but I'm not sure what happened there, whether there was any contact at some point, but Gans said nothing wrong with that.
Hodgson's knee just kind of looked like it didn't quite carry him there to catch that in time.
Set Barr to restart, 25 from goal. Puts the long shot up down the line. Tommy Della has to get up, and that he does. Precision throw by Barr.
And he is happy.
Sent that dead straight down the line. Only had about maybe 3 metres of width to play with. Had to be accurate.
Oh, I don't think you could wear a hat like that and not do something cool.
So you see that again. Tom Della, you see him in the middle of the stack formation there and just no jab step, no nothing. Just straight pace.
He's a tall boy and that athleticism really shows here. A great read on the disc. Juggernaut just taking this away 1 point at a time.
10-9 now the score. Of course, the first of 15 goals takes the biscuits.
We might cross over to Denny over there on the sideline.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy. Just had a quick chat to Jimmy Todd Hill. I asked him about the run and the noise and the momentum. He wasn't really worried about it. He said, we need to focus on us and do the right thing by Sunder.
Jimmy Todd Hill, a long-standing player in the Sunder club. Very difficult to rattle him. Wise. Pull again. His pulling's been very consistent today, Wise. Keeps that one low and flat. It was a stronger win this time.
In the field. That's the dream.
Latamatos, he's got McClay going long, puts it up. It's a bit of a wobbly old throw. Henriksen's below it, but McClay's come down with the disc. Got 2 hands to it first. Lots happening around him. He's unguarded at the moment, so no pressure, but he resets to Latamatos.
Has to get down for it.
Inboard to Denya.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Completely unguarded, and I think there was a confusion there over which way Juggernaut was intending to force the thrower. It's meant that his downfield defense just completely left things open.
A few scratched heads there from Juggernaut. They're not so happy with that. Let's see if this mucks up their rhythm.
Young Pierre Henriksen, a first-year player of the club. He was selected to play with Ellipsis men's last year. With the season not eventuating, he came back to Heads of State where he'd originally learned how to play at the elite level. So you see there, Tim Wise on the mark just completely stood the wrong side of him and just left his defender stranded and resulted in a very easy goal there for Slice. But they still remain with the offensive advantage and the downwind advantage. Slice, of course, they want to grab this lead, need to firstly get the disc off Juggernaut, secondly work their way into this win, which has really picked up. We were saying it was strong before, but I think it's even worse now. Our commentary
I'm worried about our tent.
Yeah, our production tent's starting to rattle a bit, so we might find ourselves out in the sun very quickly. Shepherd.
Whew.
Bullet of a pull, keeps it low and flat, lands it in bounds.
It's going to roll.
Wilson,
Stopped.
Liu, Barr. Quick movement to get it up to about 45 from goal. Lateral to Caliviotis. He's got a couple of long cutters. Cross field to Harsher. He's just found the space. Back to Wilson, 1-2. Quick reset of possession. Heads laterally to Taylor.
Moving this disc really well, keeping the slice defenders on their toes.
Christian North is really controlling the tempo. And a bullet and a throw and a huge layout there from Donahue to get to it, but Castellano with his third goal. Fantastic bid there from Anthony Donahue, but
A bullet, Castellano, just always there.
Jack Wilson absolutely
speed.
Belted that throw, didn't he?
Juggernaut really not crashing under the pressure here.
You can see Castellano just at the very top right there, just biding his time, waiting for that open throw, and then just took off. And
some real vision there.
yeah, what's hard to do is sometimes if you think the defender's laying out in front of you, you think, oh, they're going to get a finger to it, but Castellano's just focused only on the disc and watched it all the way into his hands. So,
oh, he must have felt that zoom past his fingertips, though, and you can see it on his face there.
11-10.
Gee. Who are you rooting for, Simon?
You've loaded that question a bit, Kathy. My
biased opinion, perhaps?
Long-term member of the Heads of State Club, former coach, former player. I'm doing my best to remain unbiased, but now you've uncovered it, so thanks for that.
I suppose I better go for Sunder then.
Wise has landed the pull in, Denya. Matos. The player's gone almost on his own, but they've flipped it up over the top to Wee. Sutton.
Bringing out a zone defense here.
Yeah, just to steady them and
stopping that downfield huck with a straight up force.
Yeah. Sutton.
Looks like it's paid off for them.
Couple of both Wu and Moroney got a hand to that, the combination D. They both saw that little flip pass coming. Wise. Halfway to goal, Moroney. Taking his time, looking at what options he has, finds Della.
Oh, it's
Della
a hammer.
with a big crossfield hammer. Wise, he's got a few to contend with. Wise comes down with it. Throws the extra goal to Jake Williams.
My goodness.
And there's another break for Juggernaut, the 2-goal lead.
Wow. Gee. Sunder walking back with their heads down. They're going to need to pick it up. Juggernaut are just too close to that 15-goal goal. Gee whiz.
Nice little pass to Della. And this hammer shot, look at this. He's just spotted up Wise, who's off frame at the moment. Wise had Latamatos coming in hot, but
expertly received, really well timed, and just some great eyes there.
And Jake Williams, he curved around the back. He's saw that it was Wise that was the target. He thought, well, he's definitely coming down with this. So if I keep going, it's an easy goal here. You can see him heading around the back just now.
Juggernaut just with their heads up, ready to see the next pass.
Yeah.
That zone really working for them there. Do we think we'll see it again?
Potentially, but I think Slice might be a bit more prepared for the possibility again. I just don't think their downfield cutters were ready. I think they went just too deep. Just left them having to constantly reset. And with everyone pushed in, it's hard to get those soft passes off effectively. Why is that?
Another lovely pull. Their D-line working really hard this second half.
Daniel Latamatos. Shepherd's down here on the bottom right. Watch for him if they can get it to him.
On the high side.
Again. There's a call made there. I didn't catch what that was. Did you say?
Looks like it might have been a travel, but I'm not sure. Steve, game advisor, is running in there.
players just having a chat. The call's retracted, whatever it was.
That one might remain a mystery to us, huh?
Yeah. We'll have to see if
fakes the hammer.
We'll have to see if Daniel caught that one. We'll chat to him after the point. Vladimiros. Ball it across to Shepherd, and here we go. They're ready to go some yards now. Shepherd. He's got Markwee down the line, but looks that one off.
Giving Juggernaut a bit more time to reset.
Denya to Vladimiros again. Shepherd. Again, there we go. This time he finds Markwee.
Yeah, he was just open there.
Yeah. On the doorstep now, 5 metres away. And Shepherd
is that's better.
Cute little flip pass up just to allow Shepherd to run it in and get his feet in the goal. So
when Sunder do it, they just make it look so easy.
Yeah, it was 12-11. Let's go down to Daniel. Did you happen to see what that call was there?
Yeah, it was actually a little bit of a discussion on double team. Andrew Moroney within the marking area. He said he was guarding Alex Vladimiros. They just sorted it out and figured out who was actually doing what there.
Yeah, so, of course, Kathy, do you want to quickly explain the double team rule for new viewers?
Yeah, sure. So in Ultimate, you can only mark one player, and in a zone, obviously, you've got 3 or 4 people quite around the disc, and only one of those 4 defenders can be within 3 meters of the person with the disc unless otherwise actively defending another person on the opposition. So that's what double team means, and that looks like that's what they were discussing.
Very expertly explained there, Kathy McGrath. Laser of a pull by Shepherd there. Trapped by Wilson. They get a couple of free passes while Sunder is still running down Liu.
Sunder's really going to be looking for this block. They need a break.
Gliviotis pumps it up. There's numbers underneath this one. Barr, Shepherd, McClay.
Oh!
And it's come off. Taylor's read off the pack. Castigliano.
Gee whiz.
Right on the doorstep now.
Just picked up that trash.
Harsher. 10 minutes from goal. Puts the bullet up into the chest of Dylan Taylor.
Gee, he's just bringing it this game.
That is some of the ugliest offense I've ever seen, Kathy. But
it's ugly but effective, Simon, and sometimes you've just got to do what you've got to do. And to take this game 13-11 thus far, they must be happy.
Daniel Clinton.
Briefly with Sebastian Barr about that zone call. He mentioned that it's a go-to when they just want to create a little bit of chaos, but also looking to take Alex Vladimiros out of the game offensively.
As we see that second throw from Harsher, that just vertical blade upwind, if you don't mind.
It paid off.
That is ludicrous. But into the hands of Dylan Taylor, one of the safest pair of hands you can get.
Gets down low for it to ensure it's in his chest.
Yep, the chest mark, having grown up on a diet of AFL. (13-11) to Juggernaut. The score target still remaining at 15.
Wise here with another pull. He's got a pretty good track record of his pulls this game.
He's put him in great defensive position every time. Go some more hang time this time, but that's
look at that.
Sit, yep. And it's got plenty of hang time to get defence time to run down. They've got this zone again, locked it down on Denya.
That was a very quick rundown.
And Slice, they've recognised very, very late and adjusted. They've got him pinned in that back corner. Shepherd. Vladimiros. Goes a big hammer shot to Wee, and it's drifted away from him.
No.
Huge lay. That was so difficult to reel it. He did very well to get a hand to it. Wise quickly restarts. Lim, Della.
Juggernaut wasting no time here.
Back to Lim, right on the sideline.
Sunder got plenty of defenders in the area.
Pops it up the line, looking for Wise. And he's, Wise has gone through. And
is there going to be a call on that? No?
And so, yeah, Shepherd's called it on himself, called the strip.
Uncontested strip. What does that mean, Simon?
Uncontested strip in the end zone means that the goal stands. So Alex Shepherd straight away acknowledges that Wise did catch that. But him not being able to have his hands just negates that, and it still remains a goal. Very, very good spirit by Alex Shepherd to immediately call that on himself, not even remove the need for a discussion.
Sunder really showed some great spirit through this game. A high-intensity game often sees spirit slip a bit, but we really haven't seen that from Sunder.
The integrity that this club has shown over the years, I think, has always been fantastic and a real pillar of the ultimate community for one of the strongest clubs in the country to conduct themselves the way they do. Real credit to them. Daniel. We'll try again. Daniel. Sorry, mate. Haven't quite got you there. Oh, we got him now.
Ellipsis currently up against Factory.
In the women's?
Yes.
You sure you're not watching Ellipsis men's versus Fishwick?
No, it's down the back.
Ah, right, I see. Ellipsis men's versus Fishwick, the other final game in this pool, happening on the adjacent field.
Simon, this could be the last point of this game if Juggernaut can get a D.
Juggernaut would love it to be the last point of the game. Sunder obviously not.
I think Sunder are going to play pretty safe.
We still got their offensive line on. Their defensive unit hasn't seen a lot of action. Matamatos. Brenner. Brenner's got Shepherd. About, here we go, just as he comes in on screen at the bottom there. He's obviously the target on that near side of the field. I think, once again, if they can get it across to the near side of the screen to Shepherd, they're away. Todd Hill.
That zone D from Juggernaut really stopping them doing that, though. Really hard force to that other sideline.
Shepherd's pushed himself to that far side of the field, so...
He's looking for control of this game. Oh, a lovely hammer over the top.
It's Mark Wee. Brenner and Wee combining to get a few extra metres. Denya charging through. They've held this zone, keeping his heat on.
Slice looking a little stagnant here.
Shepherd over to Wee. Mark Wee's done the yards. He's been the linchpin to this point, helping them get those metres. Shepherd right on the line now.
Oh,
pops it up over the top to Paul Denya.
Too easy. He just makes it look so casual. And for those watching at home, throwing a frisbee, especially in the wind, isn't as easy as he makes it look.
You've had the practice that these boys have had. So it keeps the game alive. Sunder Slice 12, Melbourne Juggernaut 14.
Coming out on O this time though.
Yep, so they've still got that advantage, a couple of goal advantage now, so they'll receive this pull. They are throwing downwind. If they score this goal, they win the game.
I don't think Slice is going to let it happen that easily though.
Yep. And I think in the end this will be a huge, I guess, confidence victory for Juggernaut. They can't finish top of the pool, but I think as we see it currently, they may end up third, I think. I say that with very little confidence. Results have been all over the place in Pool A, but if they can finish third, that'll see them in a crossover game this afternoon, likely with Melbourne Chili, their old rival. And
bit of Melbourne v Melbourne.
And their quarterfinals tomorrow morning, bar Liu. Juggernaut looking to hand Slice their first loss of the season. Harsha, unguarded. You don't want to do that.
Oh, nice inside throw.
Huge crossfield shot to Castrignano.
Picking it up again.
Kaliviotis under pressure but gets the catch, pops it up. Castrignano goes up.
What?
And he's come down with it in a huge contest.
The shortest man in there. Looks like there might be a bit of a call though. We'll wait for them to have a bit of a chat.
There's been a collision. They just want to make sure that player's okay.
It's never good to see a player lying on the ground.
Yeah. So we see if we can, I can't see the player who's on the ground there, but it was a dangerous old throw. I think it might be Gann there is taking the, oh no, sorry. Oh, wow, that's, I think, Nguyen, is that? I think it's hit the deck there.
Oh, I can't tell from here. He's got some nice yellow shoes.
But he's gone underneath it, so the goal, oh he's done well to get there. He had to go over the top of the U, landed hard, but in the meantime, we've heard that the goal has stood. There is no call. So Juggernaut can celebrate the victory, but it is a little bittersweet that it's had to end on that note.
On an injury.
So we hope that he's going to be okay and ready to play the quarterfinal. So Juggernaut, this is a huge win. This is an upset.
Not what we expected an hour ago, Simon.
Nah, Juggernaut having to come off a very short break. Daniel Clinton is there with Tom Della.
Yeah, Tom, congratulations. That's a massive upset, that is.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, good win. Had a bit of a shaky start to the tournament yesterday, so it was good to come out today and get 2 wins from 2, and team's looking a lot better. Had a good chat last night, and boys came out fired up after a couple of losses, and that's the result.
So what was in the conversation you had last night? What was said?
It was bit effort. Our effort's always good, but I think it's that mental effort. Hos's always been good at running hard, but sometimes we, can switch off a bit tactically and just resort back to old plays and old ways. So we're making sure we're a bit more strict in sticking to our structures, especially defensively, holding those zone walls, which are very effective today. And yeah, I think just giving the boys a big rev up and letting the game know that Hoss is here to play.
Great, thank you for your time, Tom. Congratulations on the win. I'll let you get back to the team. Back to you, Simon.
Thank you, Daniel. And again, a fantastic win for Juggernaut to wrap up proceedings in Pool A. In about half an hour's time, we'll be back online with the women's game, Manly versus Rogue, the Sydney Derby. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with you.